What's going on, guys? Mini Call here coming at you with the final playthrough of the full PymTech team in Dark Dimension 2, and just kind of my final thoughts on how the entire team works out with their mechanics, essentially. Like I said in the last video, this team is very control-based, so they really do give you kind of the unique ability to be able to control your enemy foes and, stop certain characters from attacking or using their specials or their ultimates. So I figured kind of the best way to test that would be in the final node of Dark Dimension 2. So kind of just going in, part of this node, one of the annoying parts are these shield troopers. They basically will attack every time that you attack someone next to them. So my kind of idea was to get the one stunned so he won't be able to attack and counter. And then I was kind of planning to nuke down the other one. Another thing that can be really annoying on this node, aside from the shield troopers, are the ones that taunt. So the shield guards can be annoying also. So my main goal was to get rid of the troopers first and then going for the guards. So you'll notice the one in the back, he is just kind of sitting there stunned while I am basically getting the other one down. The other thing that can be kind of annoying on this node is Ultron himself, and if Ultron is left unchecked, he basically just starts spawning all these Ultron bots, which they do a number of things, a combination of, allowing him to hit harder. There's the green ones that heal. They also have a slow mechanic behind them. So it was really crucial to me also to stop Ultron from summoning all his bots, which I'm going to kind of go into in a little bit as I'm just slowly getting rid of the main problems. So as I'm getting down the shield troopers, again, like I said, I want to get rid of them first just because of how they counterattack. So was able to take the first one out, and then just kind of working on the second one off in the corner. I'm going to start working on the shield guards a little bit just because he is still stunned in the back. So while he's stunned, he can attack. And then what you'll also notice is on turns where it is Ghost's turn, I'm actually going and I am rewinding Ultron's turn meter. And you notice there I just stunned him with Wasp. And the idea behind that is I don't want Ultron going a lot and summoning his bots, and which is his special. The other thing I kind of want to watch out with Ultron too is his ultimate hits really hard. So I didn't want to run into a situation where he was killing a character. But again, the big thing is I do have to get rid of these shield guards, as they are really just kind of taking away from my overall, what I'd like to be doing. So you notice the shield trooper is unstunned right now, but I am going to try to focus down the shield guard. I'm then also going to go in and ability block Ultron with Ant-Man. Now that is going to be a 2-turn ability block, and basically my thoughts behind that is not only is he ability blocked, but with me coming in behind that with Ghost, I am able to slow him, and that ability block, it almost feels like it lasts much longer than it really is. Yellow Jacket kind of coming in, he is just some great DPS, as is Wasp is pretty good with her ability to AoE, but then also the big thing Wasp does bring to the table is that stun. So you see here, I opted again to rewind Ultron's turn meter. And one of the things that is really kind of cool with the way this team functions is that if you have Ghost as a striker and then Ant-Man Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket as skirmishers, every time Ghost goes, one of those two characters is going to assist, and then she's going to get the second ISO 8 attack. So you can essentially almost rewind an enemy turn by 50% whenever Ghost goes. So here I'm going to go in and heal, and because Ultron had vulnerable on him, she does get that second attack in. We had another shield trooper drop, so again, I'm going to kind of go after that shield trooper. And like I said, kind of what I was going for is I really didn't want Ultron being able to do anything but his basic attack. So anytime that I have the ability to stun or slow him, I kind of go in there and take that opportunity. And it's just to really kind of crowd control so Ultron doesn't have a bunch of bots summoned on the field. And I'm pretty sure I managed to do this entire fight without Ultron actually summoning his bots a second time or without Ultron even doing his ultimate attack a second time. And that's really kind of what this team brings to the table. They are not necessarily the, hardest hitting team out there. They don't necessarily have like the highest survivability. Their survivability comes from their dodges. So once you can, or evades rather. So once you can kind of get the team going and get some evades up, they certainly have a very increased survivability. The thing is just getting them to that point. So really, I would say if you can kind of get past turn 1 and 2, the team really kind of starts to get going. You notice again here, I opted to stun Ultron, and between that and with Ghost kind of coming in and slowing Ultron, that stun is going to last much longer. And so yeah, that's pretty much, I guess, kind of how this fight goes. The rest of it is going to be kind of cleanup. It's kind of just a very similar mechanic for the rest of this fight. I'll go in and, I can continually slow attacks, I'll ability block and whatnot. But really, I would say if you can kind of get past that first wave, the rest of it is kind of just keeping it in check. You never want too many shield guards or shield troopers on the field. I also ran into a little bit of a problem with some of the Venoms and them causing ability block. But luckily, with this team and their dodges, they're able to kind of get through it, and it doesn't slow them down too much. You'll notice Ultron did die for the first time right there, and he does have a revive mechanic. He does revive with almost full speed, so that's kind of unavoidable. But following that, I'm going to kind of go back into my other, same strategy of basically either slowing Ultron with Ant-Man's ultimate, ability blocking him with Ant-Man's special, or even just totally stunning him with Wasp's special as well. And then while that is going on and Ultron is still on the field, I'll then go in and slow him down with Ghost to basically stop him from taking a turn. And I'm really only using Gold's special or ultimate on Ultron when he does have a vulnerable. That way she is always getting at least 25% of his speed bar. So just popped in there, ability blocked him again. The good thing about Ant-Man's ability block is it is for 2 turns. And so this team is really, shaping up to, I would say, meet expectations in Dark Dimension. That's certainly the mode they excel at the most. I have had some luck with them in War, going against a equally powered Asgardian team. But the only thing with that is that if they happen to target the right character on the first turn, it really does slow them down as far as a good solid offense. So I would say I'm getting probably maybe about an 80% success rate with them going up against Asgardians. They do really good against characters that really kind of depend on kind of getting the ball rolling after maybe like the first turn. So they do really good against like the Emma Marauders, just because they can stop Emma and Mr. Sinister with a combination of ability blocks and stuns. So I've had some really good luck with that. And then we'll see actually going forward, they will soon be available as one of the Greek raid options. So I could certainly see that kind of, being a benefit with their healing and their dodging. Now, the only drawback to this team into taking them into, using the full team for, say, Dark Dimension 2, 3, and 4, the only problem with that is they are all tech characters except for Stature, who is bio. So the only thing you might run into a problem with is that they are going to be sharing a very similar gear pool. So, I guess what it kind of comes down to is how quickly you're looking to get into those nodes, and if you're looking to do quick versus, I guess, more efficient. I am thinking that I am going to take this set of characters into Dark Dimension 4. And while there are certainly, other characters that can kind of blend together to handle those first 6 nodes, I think that these 5 characters are going to give me the easiest, chance through Dark Dimension 4. I think that I will be able to handle those first 6 nodes a lot easier versus getting in there a little bit faster and those nodes kind of taking me a little bit longer. Obviously, this is all, speculation on my point, as I am not near Dark Dimension 4 yet. I just hit level 77 the other day, so, I still have 3 levels to go on top of, just building up the characters and really kind of deciding what I want to do. But as of right now, I am thinking I am going to take the PymTech team into Dark Dimension 4. I am planning with Mini Call, kind of a combination. I am running the PymPlane and the Simboats, and I am planning to gear them up to 13 almost in tandem. And a lot of that is just going to come down to basically who can get to gear tier 13 first, will be who I decide to take into Dark Dimension 2. So that's, kind of that end. The worst case scenario, though, with Mini Call, if the symbiotes do beat PymPlane into Dark Dimension 2, I will at least have the PymPlane pretty close to, gear tier 13. And then from there, it's just a quick little jump over to gear tier 14. And, they should be able to handle the first 8 nodes of Dark Dimension 3. So that's kind of, I guess, Mini's plan going forward. So I guess kind of what it really comes down to is, how quickly you're looking to complete these nodes versus how efficiently you want to complete these nodes. Dark Dimension in any form, whether it's 1, 2, 3, or 4, is really just kind of more a fight of endurance. So, the PymTech team has been designed for Dark Dimension, but like I said, it does require maybe a little bit more patience just because you are having to gear so many of the same type of characters. So, it's just a matter of, I guess, where you are. There's certainly no harm in bringing in hybrid teams. Especially for Dark Dimension 3, you need basically all of the basic traits. So you will need a global team, you'll need a cosmic team, you'll need a city team. So, there's certainly no harm in doing a hybrid team. I guess my kind of plan is once Mini Call gets to Dark Dimension 2, I can start gearing up for Dark Dimension 3. Like I said, I think the PymPlane for Mini Call is going to be just my best option, as I can get the first 8 nodes taken care of just by gearing up one team. And while that team is going through those first 8 nodes, I can then start working on expanding my roster, as well as, building up a cosmic team. And then from the backside of things, from working on my symbiotes in tandem, I will also already have my city characters kind of planned out and ready to go. So I guess that's kind of my future plans with Dark Dimension on Mini Call. Once I certainly get to Dark Dimension 4 on Khaleesi, I can start doing some more videos on that as well. And I'll also probably document Mini Call's journey through Dark Dimension 1, 2, and 3 possibly, depending on, where the alliance is. But so yeah, that's, I guess, my final verdict on the PymPlane. Certainly the team is optimized for Dark Dimension. There's certainly no denying that. It's just whether or not you are willing to be patient and kind of gear 4 tech characters at the same time, which that might not be for everyone. Me, I'd rather do things, I guess, more efficiently than necessarily quickly. But again, that's certainly not to shame anyone that is doing hybrids teams, because, they work. That's what I've done on Khaleesi for Dark Dimension 2 and 3. So there's certainly no fault in that. So I'm just kind of finishing up and wrapping up this fight here. At this point, it's just kind of, easy breezy fight. So if you hopefully have found this video helpful, please like and subscribe this video. Any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to me on Discord at Khaleesi, in-game, Mini Call, Dracarys, or Khaleesi. I'm curious to hear what your thoughts and your plans are for Dark Dimension 2, 3, and 4. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, if there's any future content you'd like to see, feel free to let me know. And happy to theorycraft and work out some ideas with you guys as well. I have some ideas on teams that basically have no of the same requirements. So if you're curious about that, just let me know. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you are having a good week and have a good one.